Hi. Okay, so we managed to have a bit of a camera issue on Tuesday night at South Norwood, so we didn't get the video recorded. So we're recording it today outdoors, so nice weather for it. Obviously it's not quite as flat as we'd like, so there are a few issues with balance and being at a funny angle, so bear with us. Anyway, with the beginners class we started off with just doing frame and connection as we usually do. So as we always say, you start a little distance away from each other and then you transfer the weight onto the front of your feet so that you've got the weight over the balls of your feet. This brings the top half of your body a little bit closer in than your feet are, so you have this kind of A-frame sort of arrangement. We go into the embrace, and then when we start to lead with just a little lean forward, and the follower detects that and starts to project back with a foot. So with tango, all the projections are done with a straight leg. So what we don't want is a little sneak back like that. We want a project. I haven't moved. If you line me up with a tree or something there, you can see that when I project, I stay there. So I feel the energy, or she feels the energy, and projects back with the leg. And then as I continue to lead, she steps through and brings her feet back together. So we'll just do a couple of steps. We'll start a bit offline. Yeah, so you see how that connection works. We did quite a lot of that, but I won't do too much in the video. Then, yeah, where were we? Then after that we did some Ochos. So Ochos, basically a figure of 8 step, and that's where it gets its name from. So we start off with a side step. I need to change my weight as the leader, so I lift slightly with this side, which stops her changing her weight, so her weight is still on her right foot. Mine is now also on my right foot, so my left foot is free. I turn her, she keeps her feet together, then I step, bring her feet together, turn, and then step, turn, and step. Then we bring her together and step out. Obviously turning on grass and moss and all this stuff is a little bit more challenging, but the idea is you pivot nicely with your ankles together. So leaders, when you're leading the pivot, you're leading from the waist up. You're not steering with the arms, you're turning your upper body. So you get a little sort of corkscrew action. My hips aren't moving, so I lead her and then I step to the side. Turn and then step to the side. Think about everything as a separate action. So I start off in embrace, I step, I change my weight, I lift this side, change my weight, I pivot her, I step to the side, I pivot her to face, then I pivot her to go the other way, and I step, pivot, step. So if you think of everything as an individual action, you won't be far wrong. Anyway, that was what we did in the main part of the beginners class. Then, after that, Natalie took the beginners away to a second section and we started looking at heroes, or as Spanish people keep telling me, hero, only my pronunciation is awful, so I apologise. These are turns where the follower goes all the way around the leader. The steps for a hero, in general, there's all sorts of ways you can do it, and it is always led, but the basic hero, the one we all learn to start with, is led as a forward step. If I'm the follower and my leader is to my right, it'll be a forward step, turn, a side step, turn, a back step, and then a side step. And this brings me back to where I started from. So in action, what that looks like is do a side step and another little side step just to balance. So then forward, turn, side, turn, back, side. Yeah? And of course you can do that the other way as well. Run away. We can go forwards, side, back, side. Leaders, you don't really have any footwork as such. It's all about just turning on the spot. It's about making sure that your balance is there. Yes, you can do it all on one foot if you really want to, but that's hard. So just walk around. Just when it comes to walking out at the end, know which foot your follower is on, know which foot you're supposed to be on, so that you are walking out correctly and in line and with the right feet. Yeah?